Hello, welcome. I'm Ruben Covington, and today we're here for the third and final round of the Dreamscape custom Magic Draft. This is Dreamscape, my custom Magic set, and playing me today in the final round is Avira. Say hello.
Hello. I'm going to be Ruben's opponent here,
Yep,
and I'll try and talk about the play and how I feel about them.
yeah. So let's start the game. And why don't you just tell us about how you found the actual drafting section of the game, and how you feel about your deck.
I feel my deck's really strong, mostly because of a reprint, though, which is, as I said, it's slightly awkward when a reprint feels like a really defining card in a custom set.
Hmm.
It's not a huge problem, but at the same time, you want your most exciting themes to be your own cards.
Yeah, it's definitely a cut. So this is travel preparations from the original Innistrad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to mull this hand. And yeah, it's definitely been on the watch list for quite a while as something that's potentially too strong. And this latest playtest has probably cemented that opinion, and I'll probably be changing it for the next next iteration of the custom set. Okay, so I'm going to keep
here
this.
I have a hand that is backed entirely by a single rare, and it's a rare that also has looked very strong. So I might just try it and see how it plays out.
Okay, so I won the dice roll. I'm going first. I've scryed. I'm going to just go with Swamp and
Okay. Trying for the turn. So I actually have a decision to make up.
turn one.
Yeah.
Gotta go fast. Yep, so
I think I'm holding here, though.
okay. So your deck's a green-white deck, which is got a theme of +1/+1 counters, and which is what that archetype is all about. And so you've been doing very well with that, haven't you? Haven't you? So this is the third round, and I think, have you lost a game or?
No.
Okay.
I've won 3 games against the first guy, and won 2 against the other guy. They've been really quick games too.
Yeah.
Can pull off some insane curves.
Okay, I'm gonna go tap 3, and we're gonna go with Premonition 2 for Moments of the Darkscape.
2 zombie creatures. Sounds good.
And we're just gonna end turn there.
Premonition is an interesting mechanic, but infinitely more so on paper when you can actually do the thing.
Yes, it's just like it's like only a tiny bit different from. It's basically a more fiddly suspend in online, and it's a way less fiddly suspend on paper. Part of the reason why. Ooh, nice rare. So this is Groveheart Hydra.
This card has been absolutely insane.
Okay, that's awesome.
And this is like the least possible insane hand for me to drive in.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
The chance it just wins. Or you have removal. You're playing black.
Yeah. I actually have removal, unlike some of the other decks you played against. So reduce that down. That's interesting. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'm just thinking about how I get rid of it. I think this leaves the better board presence. Okay, so you want a challenge for your deck? Let's go with this. I'm going to play Yama Planar Huntress, who's a Planeswalker. Can you see the card? Or?
Yeah.
Good. So when it's battlefield, I get a 2/2 legendary green wolf token named Zola.
And then you are going to kill this.
Yes, I am.
Planeswalkers are obviously very strong cards. And now I cry because this hand doesn't have much going for it. I got
I'm gonna, yeah, I'm gonna -2. And my guy gets counter, fights your guy dies. That seems pretty good to me, and then I've got my zombies coming next turn.
That's incredibly strong for 4 mana. I'm sure you know that.
Yes. Though the M is quite bad when you're behind. Like if your opponent has like a 4/4 or a 3/3, you're like, and you yeah, like if that was a 3/3, the Emma would be a lot worse in this position, right?
Yeah, of course.
And then if your guys are 4/4, I'm just like, oh wow, I'm just like completely stuffed.
My hand now sucks because that was a pretty all-in hand.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
So Moans of the Darkscape. I need to draw first. Yep. So I get my two zombies, zombies, which enter and tapped, and I'm gonna play a land for the turn. +1 onto the wolf.
Oh, that keeps growing.
And gets indestructible and trample. Start combat, hit you for 4.
I believe I just lose this.
Main 2, and then we're going to go Dreamweaver in the turn.
Oh.
So, so all the planeswalkers... Oh yeah, sorry.
I just lose this all.
Okay. Woof woof.
This isn't it. I can deal with that.
Alright, game 2 then. So all the planeswalkers in this set have a passive ability, and Yema was very much designed around kind of the World of Warcraft Huntress kind of archetype, where you have like your kind of pet card, because like things like Garruk, right? He's like apparently like all like hunter and stuff, but all his beasts, he doesn't really. They feel kind of a bit generic, and they don't really feel like he's caring about the beasts. Well, this because she has like it's named, and then her ability has like bonuses for when you use it on Zola. It feels a lot more like it's two different characters both caring for each other, and it makes for a really nicely designed card. And I think I've really tweaked it into a good spot where it's powerful, but in constructed it's actually like only it's only like decent rather than absurd. In limited, it's obviously absurd, but it's like all planeswalkers pretty much.
I will keep this hand, I guess.
This hand is not good. I'm gonna mull. This hand is better.
Okay. I'm taking a play.
Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna keep that on top.
I spread to the bottom if you.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
planes? Sure. So the other planeswalkers are there's Valzeric is back, and he is he's a 6-mana red-blue planeswalker in this, and his passive ability is that he can activate his 2 abilities per turn. So you get like a huge amount of choices, and it's like, do I use one ability twice? Do I use 2 abilities together? Get really interesting play patterns with him. Okay, so this is Aven Harrier, a 1/2 flying with prowess.
It's done pretty dumb things for me so far.
And
might not get there.
With cheap flashback cards, he can really pull its punches, pull its weight for what would normally be a 1-power flyer, which is not considered that good. Okay, so now it's a question of which of these cards do I want to play. I think I want to play this, so I'm going to play tap 2 Dusk Terror, which is just a 2/2 for 2.
It's a bear.
It's a bear, black bear. Oh, it's actually like a cloaked rat thing. Anyway.
This draw is going to determine whether my hand is this
Basically,
or
if you draw a
second.
forest or not, I'm assuming.
Yeah, about that.
Oh God, okay. Here we go.
So I'm gonna ping you for one.
Take it.
Just one's fine.
Yep.
And main two, let's play an emissary of light.
Yep. So there's a one. Tap 2, not free. Yep. So there's a 1/3 for 2, which gets flying as long as you control a creature with a +1/+1 counter on it. In the
I was pretty happy to pick that up.
Yeah. Does work in your deck, considering you're all about +1/+1 counters. Okay, so not drawing much more cheap removal, so this is a little awkward. We're gonna go with tap 3 and play. Actually. Yeah, okay. Tap 3, I'm gonna go Soulgrasp Emissary. Soulgrasp Priestess.
Menace. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so this is really good if I can get some like sacrifice going or pull some of my removal, etc.
That second clause is a lot more powerful than a lot of people initially.
Yeah. and because it's Menace gets so much better as it gets bigger. Yeah, okay. I really like this card. It's really good for the green-black archetype, as well as yeah, it's also decent in like black-red, because if you like slamming lots of tokens into their field.
I didn't get a land, so you don't get completely wrecked, but this is still...
Yeah, okay, Travel Preps. So like I said, Travel Preps is kind of absurd and getting changed in the next iteration. It's 1 the green for sorcery, put a +1/+1 counter of each up to 2 target creatures. We have flashback for 1 in the white. This is a reprint, and it's just absurd, as you can see by this board state right now. So he now has 2 flyers, which are going to slam into me for huge amounts of damage. If he had an extra mana, he could have flashed it back immediately, and I would just probably be losing this game. So I'm taking 5 here.
Yep.
Stop that. No. That's gaining. Okay.
And end turn. Fortunately, I don't have 4 mana, so...
Yeah, next turn is still stupidness. So, I mean, that's fine. So let's... I guess we will swing back...
This is smaller now.
We'll swing back at you for free.
Take... One advantage of flyers, of course, is that you can always force the race.
Yes. Main 2, we're going to go with Dementia Shrieker and mill myself for 2.
Okay, so you at least have some.
Yep. End turn. Get my own flyers out. Though he might end up being on chump duty. We'll see.
Alright, so the question here is if I want to all in or not.
I did get my recording set up. Okay. So that's it. Do you just go Travel Prep again?
Yeah. Or I can expand the board.
So Emissary Light's very similar to Lightwalker from Dragons of Tarkir, which was a 2/1, and because this has the worst body for when it gets flying, it actually has as long as you control any creature with a +1/+1 counter, rather than needing the +1/+1 counter itself. A little payoff there, and allows you to kind of not have to put your +1/+1 counters on the creature that's not necessarily as good if you don't have the travel preps.
So this is where my lack of knowledge of the format is questionable.
Yeah,
the question is basically how easily can you just kill one of my guys for 5 mana?
So
the
common black.
A lot of my turn will depend on that.
Yeah, so the common black removal is Demean, which is 4 and a black. 3 and a black for instant destroy target creature with power 3 or less. And then there's a Touch of Achelios, which is 4 black for sorcery, destroy target creature, and then I get to put a +1/+1 counter on a guy. And then there's what's the last one? And then there's 1 black for Sleepless Stupor, which is an enchantment that gives the creature -1/-1 for each tapped creature I control. So those are the main cards you need to worry about at common.
So seeing as Touch of Achilles is like 1 mana, and the rest slightly hedges against it, it seems okay.
Yeah, so Demean kind of wrecks you here.
A little bit, but it's also not a bad card to play earlier. I think overall, though, this is a most threatening thing to do, or threatening looking thing.
So you just attack me with the 1. I will.
But...
So, okay, so I even though you've got the trick, I think between my Soulgrass Priestess and the way I'm on the defensive, I just need a block here.
Okay. I'm actually not going to do anything.
Okay, sure.
And I'll just...
Noctani Rememberist? I'm interested that you're playing that in this deck, considering I don't think it does. There's no elementals in white. It's normally a red-green card.
It's literally a 3/2.
Okay, it's just a...
follows up my wolf token.
Okay,
which
sure.
came up, so...
Yeah, well, as in it's designed. So there's a 2-mana 2/2 wolf elemental that you can make in green, and so you can go like 2/2 into Nocturnal Remember Us, make the 2/2 a 3/3, which is nice.
I picked up a lot of instants during the draft, so I needed more creatures.
Yeah.
This is a 3/2 with potential upside, so it's not the worst thing in the world.
It's fine.
The important thing in a travel prep deck
is that you have enough creatures.
Is that you get the 2, 3, 4 basically.
Yeah.
In some way or another. So even though it's not the greatest creature, it can be amazing. So let's run a travel prep on it. So I anticipate this to be a sort of swing turn.
Just thinking.
And if there isn't a swing turn that happens here, I'll consider myself in a very good spot. Because there's
just
a high likelihood of something interrupting my plans.
I'm just thinking how I want to do this. So... Okay, so I start combat. I'm going to swing at you with the dust... Oh, wait. No, Emissary Light is 2/4. I still think that's probably fine. Yeah, I'm going to swing at you with the Dust Terror and the Soulgrass Priestess.
Okay.
Sorry, just 1 second, the phone's ringing.
Okay.
Apologies about that. Just the phone ringing. Had to take that. So yeah, I'm attacking with the 2 creatures there. So go to blocks.
Yeah. So I'm gonna spell out my thought process a little
Yep.
bit here. So there's an obvious block for me to take here, which is Emissary of Light onto the Dust Terror.
Mm-hmm.
And since you're playing into this obvious block, it's likely that you have something, so I want to consider what it is. However, you're leaving back this Dementia Shaker because you don't think you're completely capable of racing. So the card I'm worried about most is the +5/+5 in Trample here. Because what I want to do is I want to respect this Priestess more than the 2/2. So the question, but the fact that you're not swinging with your other flyer suggests to me that maybe you don't have it. So I'm actually going to try a double block here and possibly get blown out. But there's one card that can push it to kill both cards.
Yeah, so actually, so there's so either something that grants Death Touch or my +5/+5 or the +5/+5 combat trick does.
Well, even Death Touch, it would have to have an additional power and Death Touch.
Yes.
So I think this is reasonable, and I want to respect this thing before it gets out of control.
Okay, so okay, so that was the block I was kind of hoping you wouldn't make, but that's fine. So my guy just dies. I'm going to deal 1 damage to the Emissary Light and go to main 2.
Okay,
and you take 2.
And I will take 2 damage.
And I'm going to tap. Yeah, I'm going to tap 4 and play Fetid Awakening, which is going to give both your guys -2/-2.
Untapped creature.
Yes. So it's going to kill your Noctani Remembrance.
So it will kill the Remembrance. But
Yeah, so what I was hoping is that you would block the Dust Terror. I would then play it and then kill both of your guys and get 3 counters on my Priestess. But this is still fine-ish. Like it's not great.
It's not great.
I'm a little limited in options. So I'm going to end the turn.
Yeah. So I was expecting that to be the swing turn, and it kind of backfired on him a little bit.
I didn't.
I'm feeling pretty comfortable to push here.
Yeah, I think you can definitely get ahead here now.
Yeah. So I can push a lot of damage, or I can expand again.
So you still have travel preps in your graveyard.
Yeah. So I don't have the best follow-up to this, but this is still a really powerful turn right now.
You're playing that from graveyard or hand? Graveyard. Okay.
From hand.
Oh, from hand? From graveyard. Okay.
No, from graveyard.
Okay.
This is a 5/5.
Yeah, sure.
So I am just going to push a lot of damage here.
Okay, so I think this is where I just... wait, do I chump here? Yeah, I'm going to chump here. Okay, so I'm taking 3.
So chumping is even more like he's in a very dire position. It's really good for me because I still have follow-ups even after this initial push. So anytime I see my opponent really valuing his life total,
attack you for 2.
I know good things are coming for me.
And this is a little fortunate for me that I got this. And turn. I can deal with 1 of your cards, though I do get blown out by your indestructible trick, which I know you have in your deck. But I can't really play around that.
So I know I'm in a comfortable position. I'm way ahead on life total, and this card is slightly annoying.
Slightly ahead on life total. I also get
blown. On the other hand, I'm also under absolutely 0 pressure right now.
Yeah, yes.
So as a good limited player, I'm just going to do a whole lot of nothing. I'm just going to make things look very scary.
Okay, so this is what Jamara's Disciple. I'll just bring that up. So Enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, and it has 5 and a green, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, +1/+1 counter. I'm just going to fix the image name so that it shows up for everyone watching. And come on. No? Not showing up? Jamara's disabled? I don't know. Whatever. Or did I? No, I fixed it. I don't know. Oh, well, whatever. That's fine. Okay.
So I'm just doing this in passing.
Yep.
I'm ahead on board right now, and I could try and push damage, but there's really no reason for me to do that here.
No. I agree with that conclusion. What's this? Creature... Sorcery... Okay. So... That's my slow move. But I think it's too slow. I think this is better. Tap 4 and I play Tarmogoyf, which is a 6/6. Because I have a land, a creature, and a sorcery in my graveyard. This is literally double Tarmogoyf. Without the extra toughness.
So it's big, but it doesn't really change how I'm winning this game.
No.
Players.
I'll end the turn there.
So what I'm looking for is a way to bust past this stalemate.
Yeah, the Dreamweaver is the only thing kind of holding you back here.
Which I fortunately find. So
No, okay. I'm going to block the Aven Harrier.
Okay. I will check the Dreamer.
Destroy the target, exile target attacking or blocking creature. Ugh, okay. Sure, I take 3.
Yep. And now I'm leaving it up to him to have to answer my board again.
So...
See, I could have pushed last turn to just offer the trade, but I felt like it would be better to keep 2 flyers up.
Yeah.
Evasion is so important, and big evasion is...
I'm going to swing at you for 8.
Okay. The question is how much I have to respect this. He didn't have +5/+5 and trample last turn. So most combat tricks will probably range around the +2 to... Means... Looking at my hand, I'm simply going to respect this.
Yeah. Okay, so
there's not really much of a reason for me not to.
Yep, take 2. And main 2, I'm simply going to tap 4 and play another Dementia Shrieker, milling myself for 2.
Okay.
Getting a swamp and another swamp. Okay. So my Tarmogoyf does not get bigger, unfortunate, in the turn.
So he...
Oh wait, actually, no, wait, you have an instant now. So my Tarmogoyf is actually a 8/8.
Yeah.
So even more why you should have respected that turn.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna draft a turn, and I'm going to swing out.
Huh.
It seems you had a follow-up play to actually
now
to try and do something about the swing back, but
so I could be dead for a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
If I don't block. Any combat trick kills me, so I think I have to respect and chump the Avian Harrier.
Yeah. And this combat trick is pretty push.
So the target creature gets +5/+5 and gains trample until the turn. So I'm dead, right?
Yeah, it just kills me.
Yeah, okay. GG. Game 2. So that was actually like ended up being like slightly close because of Tarmogoyf, but
yeah,
I had a pretty bad start.
I'm gonna actually unlock my sideboard here.
Yeah, I'm actually going to unlock my sideboard. I'm actually going to add to my sideboard too. I didn't actually put my sideboard in, but I know what I want. So I'm just gonna go back to the deck editor real quick and what's the card called? This one of those, and I'm going to take out what is not doing work in this deck. I probably do not need. I do not need two of these. It's so slow against the aggro. Okay. Actually, I'll put one into the sideboard. Yeah, I'm just going to cut the video off here, and we'll go to game 3.
Okay.